Hey, are you a corporate trainer or a CEO or a business professional or an entrepreneur who wants to scale their business but they are struggling? They are struggling to scale their business, to scale their departments, to scale the peoples and to scale their trainings which they are providing to the company. Then you are in a right video. In this video, I am going to teach you how you can grow your business up to 10 times in the upcoming 10 months. And these will be the pretty straightforward techniques, and these are not the techniques told by the internet gurus or the people who don't enter in the business. I worked as an entrepreneur in the starting of my journey and communicated with many startups, many CEOs of the companies, and later I got to know about those techniques by attending various business seminars and a lot of things in my career. After understanding these 12 magic points, I came to know that these are the principles, these are the rules applied by the top CEOs of the world, and you need to understand that no business can grow if they are not getting enough sales. If you are not getting sales in your business, then how you are able to grow the resources, how you are able to grow the department in your company, how you are able to scale more people, more trainings in your company. So these videos help you to scale your department as well as the sales, and you will become the ultimate sales machine in your particular industry or in your particular niche. So let's start the series, how to become the ultimate sales machine in your particular industry, in your particular niche, by using the 12 ultimate techniques used by the successful CEOs, entrepreneurs as well as the business professional in your industry. You need to understand a corporate fails every 3 minutes. A dictatorship changes every 52 seconds. 96% of all the companies fail within 5 years. A company changes control every 15 minutes. 26,000 new products introduced every single day. And as well as 74% of the people changes their brand loyalty after just watching a single commercial in the evening. 29% of the people don't read newspaper. Why I'm telling you these type of data? You have to understand that whatever you are going through, your data will help you to achieve massive results in your industry. So you need to understand that I need to retain people, I need to train them, and I need to give them better things so they can bring more productivity in my organization. You don't have to master 4,000 techniques to become more productive or produce more and more revenue in your business, in your niche. What you have to do, you just have to practice few moves 4,000 times and you can take over any industry or any niche easily. First, after understanding this point, what you have to do, you have to take out 1 hour every week for your department. Let's suppose you are an entrepreneur who is starting from scratch. So you don't have any much department, maybe you have 2 to 3 departments in your company. But if you are handling a stable business, you must consist 15 to 20 departments in your company. So you have to take out 1 hour for every department. And what you have to do, maybe you are thinking like, I'm already working 12 to 14 hours and this guy has told me like you have to take out 1 more hour for a particular department. What you have to do, first you need to understand, like taking out 1 hour per week. Let's suppose you are having 15 departments in your company, then it's gonna take 15 hours per week. And maybe you are working 5 to 7 days as becoming a CEO, maybe you are working 6 days in a week, so it can easily be managed. And what you are going to do, you have to arrange a 1 hour meeting for each department, and in this meeting, what you have to do, you just have to discuss pros and cons of that department, what are the difficulties they are facing, why they are not able to become more productive, which type of challenges they are facing on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, and an annual basis. After understanding these points, you have to write down those points on your personal notepad apart from your secretary or assistant writing down in their own notepads to give you. And in the free time, or you have to take out some time to understand that what are the problems major problems they are facing, because no matter how successful you become, how much scalable your business is, your department consists problems. So you have to focus on major problems right now and you have to eliminate them one by one. After doing that 1 hour meeting, I can bet you can grow your business 2 to 3x in the upcoming 8 weeks. What you have to do, you just have to be consistent and be patient in your journey, as well as be empathetic with your employees, because they are not just a labor, they are responsible for the growth of. Part 1 of of the 12 magical points to become the ultimate salesperson in your industry or in your niche is time management technique. Maybe you are thinking like, I am already working that much, I already know a lot of their techniques, I already have schedulers and a bunch of softwares which will help me to become more productive. But these are the techniques implemented by the successful CEOs, business professionals as well as entrepreneurs across the globe. So it's your choice, like whether you are going to work with those techniques which are already used by successful persons, or working with those softwares which are new to the market, or they are claiming that they can give you more results. It's totally up to you. If you are not going to be consistent in that journey, if you are not going to implement these tips used by the successful person, please don't watch this video. And if you really want to scale your business 10x in the upcoming 10 months, then this video is for you. Now, talking to the first point of the ultimate to become the ultimate sales machine, 12 magic points. Part 1 is touch it once. There are so many CEOs, there are so many people who got entangled in the social media, that is stuff. Let's suppose you are working on an email and you are writing an email to your boss or the directors of that company, and suddenly you got a call from a secretary, sir, one of our clients is facing a major issue and you have to introduce them, you have to make them comfortable on a video call. And suddenly you got another call that our department is facing that issue and you have to address them right now. You got entangled with 3 to 4 things at once and you are not able to encounter all things in an accurate manner. So what you have to do, you have to pick one task at a time. When you pick one task at a time, you are able to give 100% focus on that, and you can understand what are the problems and how I can eliminate this problem. Because you already heard about this quote, like 20% of our efforts produce 80% of the results. And if you are able to find what are those 20% of efforts, you can maximize it up to 4x, 5x, 10x, and whatever the amount you want to do. So first tip is of ultimate time management technique of the 12 tips is touch it once. So second part of the series is make list. Yeah, you have to make list. Maybe you are thinking like, what is the new thing you are teaching me to me? Like, I already have schedulers, I already made list, and whatever the task I have to execute, wait for me. So many people who are making lists, but they are making a long list. Like a list consisting 12, 15, 20 plus tasks they have to execute in a day. Man, you are a human, not a machine that you can execute all those critical tasks in a day. So what you have to do, let me give you an example to understand that point. When you are making a long list, what you usually do, pick easy tasks at front, and what are the important and stressful tasks or the time taking tasks you start executing at the end of the day. And at the end of the day, you are pretty exhausted and pretty stressful. That's why you are not able to give your 100% in those tasks. So let me share you a quick story. There was a person who is crossing the jungle and he wants to make up to an angel, and angel said, I will fulfill your one wish, whatever the wish it is, but for that you have to eat 2 things. And that person who is wearing black coat, black outfit, Ankur, and he was afraid, like, I just have to eat 2 things and this angel will grant me a wish, whatever the wish will be. So what he do, just ask, like, give me those 2 things and I will eat it. And the angel gives 1 bowl contains a frog and 1 bowl full of ice cream. And angel said, after eating those 2 things, you need to be happy. And the Ankur become confused that why I will not be happy after eating 2 things. Now he have 2 cases. In first case, he can eat frog at first and eat ice cream at the second, and he will feel joyful at the end. And in the second arrangement, he can eat ice cream at first and eat frog at the end, and the frog tastes a lot bitter. So the pretty smart way is to eat the frog first, you eat the bitter part first, and you eat the tasty sugary part at the end. And that's how you become more joyful. If you are able to understand this quick story, what is the tip of that story? do the better things first and the easy task at the end. So when you are making a list, what you have to do, you have to pick the important, stressful, time-taking tasks at the front, and you have to schedule easy tasks at the end. So at the end of the day, when you are pretty exhausted, you can execute all the tasks with your 100% of focus. And while making a list, what you have to do, you just have to include 6 important tasks you have to execute by hook and crook at the end of the day. Not more than 6 tasks. After accomplishing these 6 tasks, if you have time, you can go for another task. But in the starting of the day, what you have to do, you just have to make 6 important tasks in that list. And I'm giving you an activity you have to execute right now. After writing down that activity, you have to execute it now by pausing that video, and after writing all the answers of the questions, you can continue to this video. So what is the activity? You just have to take a clean sheet of paper in your hand, a pen, and you just start writing down the 6 important things you need to execute in a day. Maybe these are the things like working on client proposal, understanding the problem of the sales department, making a meeting with the directors, board of directors of that company, going for a lunch with the team in your company, maybe working on the direct mail letter, and the last one is reviewing the marketing plan of your company at the end of the day. So these are the 6 important techniques which I try to cover every single day if my all departments are working in a well manner. So maybe your tasks are quite different. You just have to write down all 6 tasks in your clean sheet of paper, and these are the goals you have to execute. Now wait until you have to implement the 3rd tip in order to become more productive. And so now this is the 3rd tip of the 6 steps to become great time manager. And what is the tip is, you have to allocate a time constraint to all those 6 activities you write down on that particular sheet of paper. And what this gonna do, let's suppose you have 6 tasks, like working on client proposal gonna take half hour, replying to all the mails gonna take half hour, working on conference calls gonna take 1 hour, reviewing the marketing plan gonna take 1.5 hour, scheduling meetings with the upcoming clients gonna take 1 hour, and you are working on the queries of the departments gonna take half hour. That's how you have to allocate all the time constraint to all those 6 tasks, and this time constraint must be between 6 to 7 hours. And why I'm saying like you have to put a time constraint of 6 to 7 hours to all those activities, I will tell you later. Let's understand what is the concept of 6 to 7 hours. Let's suppose you are working 12 hours a day, and you start writing those tasks and adding a time constraint to them, and you are doing that task in 6 hours. You are saving 6 hours per day. What about the month? What about yearly? Maybe you are adding 6 to 12 weeks in a year. You also have 24 hours format, and other people also have 24 hours format, but you are adding 6 to 12 weeks every year. This will help you to become more and more productive. And there is one exception to, like, let's suppose you have a task which gonna take a full day or gonna take more than a day. What you have to do, you have to divide that task into particular chunks, and you need to execute that task in chunks manner. So you become more focused in your journey, and you start executing all the important tasks according to the limit. And here's a quick activity. Just write down all the time constraint to all 6 tasks you mentioned in that clean sheet of paper, and till then pause that video. Maybe you did all that activity I told you. If you are not doing those activities, you are not going to successful, because successful people take rapid decisions while unsuccessful doesn't. And here is the 4th tip of the 6 steps to become great time manager is you have to allocate 1 to 2 hours of time every single day to the activities in which you don't take decisions, you become reactive. Do you know what is the key difference between successful persons and unsuccessful persons? Successful persons take better decisions. They understand the situation and take decisions according to that. While the unsuccessful persons always react to the situation, react to the problems they are facing. When you are doing a business, you are going to encounter a lot of problems. You don't have to be reactive. That's why you are taking out 1 to 2 hours every single day in which you are doing different activities like working on the queries of the clients, working on the queries of the department, and a bunch of stuff. That's how you can become more focused and work on the first tip of the 6 steps to become a great time manager. What is it? It is touch it once. Okay, now here's a quick activity. Just take out that clean sheet of paper and you have to assign the time frame that you are going to give to those activities like 3 to 4 p.m. whatever that time you want to assign. So here's the fifth point to become to get the 6 steps to become a great time manager is prioritize. You already understand where my focus goes. You already make a list. You already give the time constraint. You already take out the relative amount of work you are providing to it. Now you have to prioritize your task. You have to put the important things first. You have to put the hardest things first. So you are not able to ignore the things which is producing more results in your organization. I already told you 20% of our efforts produce 80% of the result. For this, I remember a quote of the Ray Dalio, and he said his whole entrepreneurship journey, he understood that 1% of all the things, 1% of all your efforts, of all your focus produce 99% of the results. And what is a difficult task? To understand what is that 1% thing. Okay? What is that 1% thing which produces me 99% of results? So you have to prioritize important tasks at the front, hardest task in the front, and that's how you can fourfold your results in your organization. And there is a bonus tip for the persons who are working as a sales professional or a business professional. You have to do cold prospecting around 2.5 hours to 3 hours a day. If you really want to grow your business, if you are serious about your income and what are the revenue you want to generate, you have to do 2.5 hours of cold prospecting if you don't have a sheet of 1,000 to 2,000 clients you are working on. Okay? And here's a quick activity you need to do, and look at your plan. Like how much of your day is proactive or reactive. I already told you what is proactive and reactive. Second thing, where did you put the most important thing? In the beginning, in the middle, or in the... Rewrite your plan so you can do the important things first, not in the middle, not in the end. And make sure maximum amount of day is working on the proactive activities which will help you to get more results, and what it is, prospecting, dealing with clients, etc. That's how you are going to produce more results. And here's the last 6th point of the 6 steps to become a great time manager is ask yourself, will it hurt me if I throw this away? Ask this question to yourself. Will it hurt me if I throw this task away? Because some of your tasks you think like this is important for me, but if you can manage your whole day, if you can execute the task every day and understand that throwing this task does not gonna interfere with my productivity, then why are you doing it? Just delegate it. A business professional or an entrepreneur understand the thing matter most is the time, not the money. If you can delegate that work to another person, why you are putting your focus on it? You just have to put focus on those tasks which can't be done without you. So throw those activities away which does not need your opinions or can be delegated to another person. I hope you understand all the 6 points. I am going to revise you all those things. First point is touch it and put your 100% focus. Second thing, make list of 6 important tasks you need to execute. Third, put the time constraint on all those 6 tasks. Fourth one, take out 1 to 2 hours and schedule it to do the reactive amount of work. Fifth thing is prioritize your all tasks to do the important hardest thing at the upfront. The sixth one, always ask, will it hurt me if I throw this task away? And if you are going to implement these things, you will get to see the results within a week. I'm not saying you can get 10 results within a week, but you are going to see there are a lot of results within a week. And there are so many people who are going to business conferences to understand what are the techniques, what are the tips, so they can scale their business up to a better extent. But they are not focusing on the things they learned and implementing. So these are the things implemented by the top CEOs, business professionals across the globe. So what you have to do, you just have to implement them. Even if you are facing any issue, you just comment down and I will help you in that thing. And be patient for the second part of this video. And it will help you to understand the importance of training and developing high standards with your professions. If you really want to grow a business on a much better extent. So you need to automate that business. And how you can automate that business? By teaching the important skills to your employees. And how you can do that thing, how you can automate the business, we'll share in the second part of that video. Till that, stay tuned and subscribe to that particular playlist, subscribe to my YouTube channel. And now you can see the objection handling technique. All the objections, main objections you are going to encounter in your sales or entrepreneurship journey, and the playlist here. Tap on it right now.